Coming up here, it'll be 12 years since I was first diagnosed with bipolar disorder with psychotic features. Hi, my name's John Madel. I'm 36 years old. I live with bipolar disorder, panic disorder, or generalized anxiety disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder. When I was a kid, I always had like a crazy amount of energy, and I remember, like, if I was at an amusement park and I wanted to ride a ride, like, 1 or 2 times was never enough. I always wanted to ride it 3 or 4 times. Or if, my mom gave me 2 pieces of pizza, I always wanted 3 or 4 pieces of pizza. It was always more. It was always kind of an extreme. I was involved in sports, so that's how I got a lot of my energy out. And I don't know if this is when it happened, like when everything started to unravel, but my grandmother passed away in like 1998, and I remember the first time I got drunk was after she passed away. I took a whiskey bottle into my room and drank probably a good portion of it. And, some people say like a loss might trigger the process of self-medicating. And ever since then, I was about 16 years old. I continued to self-medicate all the way through college. And I got into smoking marijuana. So I would drink and smoke pot, and that was like what I did. And to be honest, I had a lot of fun doing it. It didn't feel like I was self-medicating, but looking back on it now, I can see that I was self-medicating. So, I graduated college, which I'm super proud of. I have a bachelor's in psychology from the University of Dayton. And so I was 22 when I graduated. And then I couldn't find a job in the psychology field, so I moved back home from Dayton. And like while I was in college, I had a different experience than a lot of kids that went to the University of Dayton. I had a full-time job. I had a live-in girlfriend. I had my own apartment. So I was going to school like almost overtime to graduate on time, full-time job, paying the bills. And I would pull 20-hour days or more. I would sometimes not sleep at all. And then I was self-medicating on top of that. And I went along like that for years. And I don't think I really realized what toll it took on me. So I kept doing that. So I was 22 years old. I moved back to Cincinnati. I got a job at a pizza place that I worked in high school. And they took me back. They gave me a job. And I did such a good job, they were going to promote me. And I don't know if that pressure of being promoted led to my downfall, but when I was 24 years old, my parents went away on vacation, and I signed a lease to buy a house that I couldn't afford. I was still self-medicating. I was working like 60 hours a week. I was trying to keep the house in order. I would like have parties at my house and invite strangers to my house. And I think I spilled the beans about what I had been going through to my mom and my brother, who's like a second father to me. I have 3 older brothers and an older sister, so I'm the youngest. And I don't know, my brother said, I think you need to lay down. I laid down in my room, and my head felt like it was like cracking in half. And my brother convinced me to take a ride with him. We went to the hospital like the psychiatric unit at University Hospital. I remember signing some forms, which later they told me I basically signed away my rights to be treated. And this nurse approaches me with like a big syringe full of medicine. I get this shot of medicine and I go to sleep for I don't know how long. It was like the best sleep I've ever had, by the way. I probably hadn't slept in like 8 years or something. And I stayed there for 11 days. They treated me, and when I was no longer a harm to myself or other people, they let me out 11 days later. So one thing that my doctor told me was that really struck with me one day. I don't know why. He changed my medicine or something, and he said, "We're not here to hurt you, we're here to help you." And there's many people that are just waiting for you to ask for help. They train for it. They've been educated on mental illness. They have a passion for it. If I had to guess, I would say they've probably been affected by it, or they know someone, and that's probably their motivation for being in the field. So during that 12-year span, I had a lot of highs, lots of lows. There were times when I could work, and there's times when I couldn't work. And I ended up writing 2 books. They're both on Amazon if you want to check them out. One's called Millions Like Me, My Struggle with Mental Illness. And then I have a second book called Poems from a Bipolar Mind. And I've gotten a lot of positive feedback, and they've helped a lot of people. With all the ups and downs, you really have to be a strong person, and I didn't really realize I was a strong person until I've gotten to this point and I look back on it. I feel like I have a purpose. I know why I'm here now. It's to help other people.